Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and I am Subhash Chandra. In this video, I would like to talk about the skills that are required for a piping design engineer to get a high paid jobs in Gulf countries. So we will be focusing on what are the skills that you actually needed in order to get these high paid jobs in Gulf countries. So I am basically going to cover the requirements that are the predominantly wanted in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar and Oman and the United Arab Emirates. So these are the countries that I am focusing. So my observations are from these countries basically. So before getting into the topic, let me give you some introduction about the recent course that I have launched in my website. You can go and check in my website, which is Pymedaca.com. And click onto the course tab. You will find a course. This course is exclusively for piping design engineers who wanted to learn about pipe routing, because when you work in a company, you will not get an opportunity to learn about many things actually. But if you learn from experienced professionals like me, you will be able to learn the more complicated things in a very short time. So that is how the course has been designed actually. The course is actually only for 5 hours, and you can, once you make a payment, you will be able to take this course. You will be able to get an access for this course, and you can take this course anytime, and it will be available in your login ID. So nobody will take out this course actually. You can take n number of days or n number of months to complete this course, and there is no compulsion. So that is about the course. And if you want more clarification about the course, you can always reach out to me. I have shared my contact number in the description of this course. Please read through the description of this course so that you will be able to understand what the course is about. And you also have the preview video of this course so that you'll be able to see what I'm going to cover in this particular course actually. So now let's come back to our topic. So what are the skills that are required for piping design engineers in order to get into the high paid jobs? So before getting into that, let's understand how our Indian work process, how the working culture in the piping design sectors in India. I am not pinpointing to any particular the organization. This is a general working culture, and it could be, it may vary from company to companies actually. So basically, the projects goes to India just because of the price, because of the lower man hours, and so that the clients can get the work done at cheaper price basically. So basically, what happens that you will be put into one particular area for a longer period of time. Say for an example, the candidates who are working in piping layout will not get an opportunity to work in 3D, and candidates who are into 3D will not get an opportunity to work into piping layout. And say for an example, they will not get an opportunity in stress or materials or data sheet. So you will, the intent is that you will be given only one set of activities so that you will be continue doing for longer period of time. So you will not have an exposure about the other industries. See, only if you don't have an exposure in other connected areas, you will not be able to understand the overall engineering, right? So you have to know what is the start point and how you can reach out to the end point by following the procedures. So that is what important. So if you are set to do one particular activity and you do not know what is your right and left, so that is where you feel unconnected, right? So in Gulf, basically, they want a candidate who knows about the complete cycle. So this is a very important thing that the Gulf requirements actually calls for. If you are applying for a piping design engineer, most of the companies in Gulf actually, they don't take people only those who have experience only in stress and only in layout or only in drawing protection, only in 3D. There are companies, I'm not denying the fact actually, there are companies, they take only designers, the layout engineers and support engineers and isometric the engineers who can do isometric designers and 3D modeling stress. So there are companies, but predominantly if you want to get into high paid jobs, so that is what my intent is about, because our topic is about the skills that are required for high paid jobs. So high paid jobs actually demands a person who must have the knowledge about all the areas. So basically, you should know about the piping layout, and you should know about the stress, and you should know about the piping materials, and you should know about the construction and execution activities also actually. So you can ask me how one should get these ideas actually. So you don't have to be master in all of these areas, but at least you have to be a master in one particular area and understand the basic knowledge of the other areas and how it works, how it functionally works actually, so that you can learn things in a shorter period instead of being a complete beginner who do not understand anything, and like if you start from zero, it will take a lot of time, no? So nobody is in a mood to teach you from zero here actually. So basically, the candidates, if they are really good in having a good understanding about the entire cycle. Say for an example, if somebody asks you to prepare the data sheet of a particular piping specialty items or any particular valves, you should not be stuck. You should have an idea about how to prepare basically. Though you do not have the continuous experience on it, but you should aware about how. For that, so what you have to do, you should have this experience, only then you can do is that. So basically in Gulf, you need to have this kind of experience. So when you are given such an activity, let's say that there is a requirement for you to check the pipe supports and recommend the new supports actually. So you cannot go and say, no, I'm not aware about the pipe supports actually, I'm only good in 3D modeling. So that should not be the case actually. To get into a high paid job, you need to have a good knowledge about the overall piping design, the piping layout and plot plan, and also the materials, piping materials and stress and pipe supports, and also piping construction and execution actually. Because when the project is executed, there will be a lot of doubts about how this could be done in construction, what are the easiest way, because there will be a lot of errors in design, and or there will be a mismatch. Even if there is no error in the design, there will be mismatch when the design drawing goes to the site actually, because we do not know the site condition. Actual site condition may vary. It may not be the same as it is in the design drawings. So you have to come to the understanding, you have to understand what the construction says and how it works. So you should not waste the construction time also. So basically, if you do not have the understanding about the entire cycle, it is really hard for you to get into the high paid jobs. So if you are planning to get into high paid jobs in Middle East and Gulf countries basically, you need to possess this knowledge. So only then you will be able to survive, you will be able to get actually. So first of all, we need to have an entry, right? In order to get an entry, you need to show this in your CV. So to show this in your CV, it's one thing, but in order to get the work, and you have to clear the interview, right? So during the interview, you will be tested on all these areas actually. Let me tell you, if you being an experience and if you go to the top clients in the Middle East, you will be questioned at least for 1.5 hours. And I have given interviews in some of the clients, and the interview has gone almost for 2 hours. So you can understand the magnitude of the questions that are actually asked actually. So this is the reality we have to understand to get into the high paid jobs, and you have to know about all of these areas. So only then you will be able to get in actually. So I hope that this video will give you about how one should prepare in order to get into high paid jobs in Gulf basically. So I will meet you in another fantastic video. Until then, bye from Subhash Chandra.